Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I
Good evening.
apologize. Good evening. Please signify if you can hear me because we've been facing some challenges. We've been facing some challenges starting
Can
this
hear
meeting.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Please? Yes,
Yes, I can hear you.
great. Thank you so much. Apologies. Great. Thank you, Miss Bearden. I apologize again. I mean, sometimes the network does something, and we've been struggling to start the Zoom meeting. It wasn't launching, but finally, thank God we are here. So, welcome to our very last training for the year. It's been a year. 2024 has been a year, and if if at this time of the year, November, we're just about 6 weeks to the end of the year. And if at this time of the year, you still have time to attend trainings, you still have time to develop yourself, you still have time to read books, that means that success is guaranteed. I mean, at this time, everybody are already getting into the hyper mode. Um, please just excuse me for a minute. Yes, so I was saying that if at this time of the year you still have time to do a lot of self-development, it means that success is guaranteed. It's only a matter of time. Because at this time, people are already getting really desperate that, oh, I have not met my target, I have not sold, this year has not gone the way I planned, plans have gone south or gone sideways. And I mean, people are already, scared, afraid that they don't want to do the basics anymore. Nobody has time to do the basics now, like nobody has time for learning. But if you're here and you're still learning and you're still self-developing, like you have made it a point of contact that it has to be a continuous thing for you, then it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. The bulk sale will come. You will make the sales, continuously. It's only a matter of time because seed time and harvest time will not save. Right. And once you keep whatever you keep putting in, after a while, you start churning out. So if you keep putting in self-development, you keep learning, you keep improving yourself daily, that you keep making your competition you. That means that your competition is the you that you were yesterday. That's your competition today. You're making it a point of contact a point of duty that every day you're getting better, you're learning something new. Success is like 100% guaranteed. It's only a matter of time. Right. So today we're just going to make it a very interactive class. So when I was trying to try to think about the topic for today, I was saying, what have we not talked about? Like, what do they not know already? Okay, we all know what we're supposed to do. Like, you know that you're supposed to prospect, you know that you're supposed to run ads, you know that you're supposed to put out content daily, you know that you're supposed to attend events, you know that you're supposed to let everyone in your sphere know. Please let me put my lights straight on. NEPA just took my lights. So please let me put my lights on. Right. So you know that you're supposed to do all these things on a daily, right? Or at least to make sales, you know that you should do all of this. So why do we still have people not making sales? Why do we still have people complaining of low sales, low sales? Why? It is really simple. I think it's so simple, and I'm sure we all know it. It is execution. That's the basic. Like that is the only answer. Execution. So I said I won't come and say the same thing that we've said over and over and over, because there's no new thing to making the sale. There's no new rule. Like the same rules that applied last 10 years, the same rules that applied 20 years back to making a sale are still the same rules that apply now, even though things have changed a bit. Like, we're in the tech era, social media era, and all of that. But it is still the same. You still have to do the prospecting. You still have to do clients, source for client identification. You still have to do your sales calls. You still have to you still have to put yourself out there. You still have to meet people. You still have to answer, like, tackle objections. All of those things we all know already. But why are we not selling? Execution. And that is the only, when I said, I told myself today, I'm not even going to be going through the rudiments, except to have beginners. So I will run, of course, I prepared a full note. Of how to meet your sales target and everything you need to do. I will run through it for beginner. Thank you. Maybe we should move back a bit. Okay. For the sake of beginners, right? Realtors that are beginners, I will still run through my notes, but the main thing we're talking about today is execution. What are the challenges that we're facing? What are the challenges that you've faced? Have you executed? Have you done all of have you done these things and you're still not making sales? What are the challenges that you're facing? Really, I like one or two people to, just unmute yourself and let's talk. Let's talk about the challenges. What are we facing? What are the things that you're facing? Because for me, I'm here to talk about execution. We know what we're supposed to do. You know that you're supposed to call. You know that you're supposed to run ads. You know that you're supposed to put out content. You know that you're supposed to maybe attend events and meet new people, continuously. And why are we not doing those things? It's fine. Thank you. It's fine. Why are we not doing those things? Why? I want um one or two people to unmute yourself. What are the executing these sales steps? Okay. Or why do you think that you've not been able to execute them? Please, the floor is open. I'd like one or two people to just unmute and let's just discuss. Let's discuss today. How do we actually now execute on these things that will finally lead to a sale? Anybody in the house, please just unmute yourself. And then let's talk about it. Let me see who is.
I have.
Hello. Great, Mrs. Sarmi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And yes, I am listening. Oh, we're listening.
Well, as you said, execution. That's always the stumbling block, and it's a major one for me. Okay, I am very good at organizing things, putting things together. I know all the steps. I train on the steps, execute them myself. I can put the content together. I can do the I can even post them. I mean, this week I have a role. I have done Saturday to what's today? To Friday. Every single day I have posted something. I've got a chart of what to do, how to do it, but the key is in the doing. And that's, I do, but I don't do the final part of it. I think that's what I can say.
Exactly. So I think a lot of people, 95%, because according to data, action takers are like 2% of the people. They say that if you've read The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy, he says that the most of the sales is done by 2% of the people. So, I mean, 98% is not taking action. 98% is not executing. It's not because they don't know what to do, but they're not executing what they know. Idea is cheap. So that's when it comes to, and look, I will say that I'm not exempted in this. Maybe to an extent I execute, but I know, every time I wake up in the morning, I know that I can be more. And I know that a lot of us have that same feeling. We know that we have so much more inside of us. But I mean, there's so many things that stop us. Number one is we're too conscious about being perfect. You want to be a perfectionist, Mrs. Sarami, am I right? You want to get it right. You want the picture to look right. You want the lighting to be perfect. You want, your outlook to be perfect. You want your script to be on point. You don't want, I mean, you're thinking, I don't want to do this wrong. I don't want people to say, this woman, she's already a professional. Why is she doing it like this now? She has gone above this, You don't want people to talk about you in that light. You want to do it perfectly. That's the number one reason. And am a I am a how do I put it now? I am guilty, 100% guilty of that. In fact, last week I was sad, like, Cherry. Yes, even though I did some things, my sales calls, I try to do, even though I've told myself 20 sales calls every day, maybe some days I get to make 10, maybe some days I get to do 8, maybe some days I get to do 5, some days I don't even make sales calls at all. We have all been there. But the number one is to put aside the perfectionist, the you that wants to make sure that everything is perfect. You need to put that aside. You need to get through the bad videos and move on to the good. Like, put out those bad videos, put out those imperfect videos, because it is funny enough. It is to us that those videos are imperfect too. Some people will still see those videos and say, I saw your video, it was nice, I loved it. And in your own mind, you're like, that video, I shouldn't have worn that shirt. Or I should have done my hair. Or my phone, the camera quality is not good. Or I should have bought my lighting. We have a lot, 101 excuses to want to put out perfect content. And that is what is stopping a lot of people from actually putting out content. Oh, I don't know how to write the script. If sometimes we even know how to write the script, we've even written a perfect script, but just get in front of the camera and actually record yourself and put it out. Sometimes we would even record ourselves. When you watch it, you're like, hey, this video is not fine. Oh, this video is not right. And then we're not posting it. I know this because, I mean, if that is me, 101% of the time, I am wanting to do everything perfectly. And I'm wanting to buy, I'll gather money. I'll buy iPhone 10 so that my videos will be sharp. Those are the reasons why we're not executing. Some of us, okay, so that's number one. You want to be a perfectionist. You want to do everything perfectly. That is the number one reason why we're not executing. Number two is confidence. Confidence. That's why we're not executing. And confidence comes from product knowledge. That's where it comes from. If you have the knowledge of what you're selling, confidence will come. So what you need to do is to carry that, what you're selling, the information of it, go through it over and over again. Look at the benefits. When you're talking to your clients, you're not selling to your clients. You are telling him about the value of what you have. Right. So confidence is the second reason, like the second, in fact, the notes I prepared today, I've not even touched on it. But when I was about to start this live, I told the Holy Spirit, what would you have me say? Just put the words in my mouth and help me say something that will trigger somebody to take action today. So everything I'm saying right now is from head knowledge. I mean, not written down at all. But I think that's what people need to hear, because we all know what we're supposed to do. Leave the whole, what I want it to be so perfect. Just go with your phone. Go to the property site with your phone and try and say, today, let me even go on an Instagram live. That is so scary. Like going on Instagram and clicking the live button that you know that 1 million, 1 billion, and 1 people can see you. That is really scary. But I mean, you have to face your fears to go past the fears. That's the only way. We are in the social media era that if you are shy now, you are actually doing yourself a disservice. If you are shy, if you say, oh, no, I don't like social media, I don't like to show my face. Oh, I don't like to meet a lot of people. Oh, I'm shy. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're leaving so much money on the table. Some weeks, when I, put myself out there and I put myself out there and I get, clients reach out to me, like I go for inspections after inspection, and then I get to close 1, 2, 3 sales. I'm like, oh my God. So this is how it works. Next week I'm going to do it. Next week I'm going to do it. I'm telling myself, next week I must post again. I must go to inspection. I must call again. But by next week, the devil knows how he does these things. Imposter syndrome will hit you. Imposter syndrome will hit you. Is something wrong with you? Right. Thank you. Thank you. By the following week, when you're telling yourself that you would do all of this sales rudiments, you have done it this week, and this week you did good. But next week, imposter syndrome will hit you, will tell you, who do you think you are to be teaching others? What do you know? What do you know? Who are you to be telling them about, imposter syndrome will hit you so bad and you draw back into your shell. But that's not the time to draw back to your shell. It is the time to even do more and more and more. Sales is a game of, I've come to realize that in as much as sales is a game of numbers, it is also a game of input, seed time, and harvest time. And we always hear, a lot of us hear that sales is highly spiritual. And I agree 100%. Sales is highly spiritual. So maybe I'm doing some kind of motivational talk, but I think that's what we really need to hear, because we all know what we're supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do, right? So at this junction, I will just run through my notes for the sake of newbie realtors that might be online. I'll run through my notes on how to quickly hit your sales target before the end of the year. It's just 6 weeks away to the end of the year. So what are the things that you're supposed to do to at least make sure that you close in 1 to 3 sales before the end of the year? Right. So number one is that you have to know, there has to be a map of what you want. You have to know what you actually want. Like, okay, in the next 6 weeks, I want to sell 2 units of Olivia Heights. In the next 6 weeks, I want to sell 4 plots of Nathan's Bay. That's your target. So that is the very first place to start. You must know where you are going. If not, you will not arrive at anywhere. So even if you tell yourself you want to sell 4 plots of Nathan's Bay, and at the end of the year, you end up selling 2, it means you got halfway. It means that in January, you probably might hit that target. But you must know where you're going. You cannot enter a bus or a plane that is that does not have a destination. It will just be moving around. It will not reach anywhere. You will not hit anything if you don't have a direction. So you must set your target. You must know what you want to sell. And then you can't how will I put it now? Say, let me not put all my eggs in one basket. Let me share my eggs. Let me put 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. In sales, a lot of the time, that doesn't work. What top realtors do is that every month they pick 2 or 3 projects that they want to focus. I am the team lead for the agent unit in Terra Developers. So I interact with a lot of top realtors that are hitting the sales on a monthly basis. And sometimes when I'm trying to recruit new agents or new realtors, I go on Instagram and I look at realtors that are doing well and I call them up. Oh, hello, Susan. How are you today? I'm from Terra Developers. I'm the head team lead sales agents unit. I would like to introduce our products and all of that to you. Do you know what they tell me? As in, I'm talking about these ones that are really making the sales. They'll tell me that, oh, nice to meet you, but so sorry, I won't be able to take on a new project for this month. But we can get together. We can actually get on the conversation maybe next month, maybe 2 months' time. I will bring the project into my itinerary. That is what they tell me. Like, there, you must have a direction. You cannot be chasing, I'm selling land in Ibeju, I'm selling Lekki Phase 1, and you're posting everything at the same time. Your energy will be dispersed. You won't be able to channel your energy to what you want to achieve. So you must focus. You must focus your energy to at least 3 projects, at least or at most 3 projects in a month. I say these 3 projects, I want to face it square. Everybody I'm calling, I am telling them about these 3 projects. So maybe you want to make sure that 3 projects, one is landed property, another one is in Lekki Phase 1, because a lot of people want to own something in Lekki Phase 1. And then another one is apartments or semi or fully detached. Make sure that the 3 projects that you're putting together at least span across the need of your target client. Right. So that is number one. Know what you want. Have a target of what you want to hit. That's number one. And now that you know what you want to make, what is your why? Because see, that why, that your why, is what will push you, is what will put fire, is what will put fire under your pot to make sure that that target is reached. And if your why is not strong enough, like if you keep, staying in your comfort zone, like if you keep seeing food every day to eat and you are fine, nothing is pushing you, you won't be able to move. So look for a why, right? My why is that I want to be independent. I want to have my own money, that when I want to do something for my kids, I don't always have to go to my husband, even though it's a duty, but there are some things I want to do for them. I'm able to do it. I want to be able to cater for my mother, my sister, my own family from my own pockets without bothering my husband. I want to be able to do those things. I want to be able to afford, I mean, growing up, we lived in a rented apartment all my growing up days. My father didn't buy a house. My mother didn't buy a house. So I have told myself, I must own my own. I must buy a house. I must own my own house. That is a strong why for me. And I give myself time limit. And I tell myself, this 2024, I must achieve this. So your why has to be strong so that it pushes you to be able to achieve that target. So number one is that you must have a target. You must have a direction that you're heading. Number two, there must be a why, a strong why, something that is pushing you to achieve that target, right? And these things, that target that you have to now write down those things. Like, don't just have it at the top of your head. Get a paper and a biro. See, when you write things down, those things become impressed more into your mind. So if I'm listening to a pastor or a seminar or a training, even though it's 10 minutes, once I take my paper and my biro to write down, and they say, achieve your goals, do it, like, once you're writing it down, it goes to a deeper level of your memory. You understand it better when you write than Because I mean, the more we live, the more our brain becomes, you know, weaker to be retentive. So you have to write it down. That's your target. You must write it down. I want to make for 20 million in commissions by December. Write it down. Make sure you write it down. And when you're writing it down, write it down in past tense. Don't write it down in future. No, I have made 20 million naira in commissions by December 2024. It must have an amount, a fixed amount. It must have a fixed time that you want to achieve that target or that goal. So as you're writing it down, you're writing it down in past tense like it has been achieved. Okay? Write it down. I have made or I have earned 20 million naira in commissions from the sale of 4 plots of Nathan's Bay by December 2025, and be grateful for it. I am grateful that I have made 20 million naira in commissions because I sold 4 units of 500 square meters. And you have to be as specific as you can. Be as specific as you can. Right. So quickly, let's move on. Then next is that now you want to go on to execution. How do you go on to execution? The first place you must meet it is your product knowledge. You must know what you're selling. If you don't know what you're selling, how do you, tell it to the client that is going to buy from you? How do you bring the value out of what you're selling? You have to know what you're selling. So product knowledge, sit down. Go and sit down now with that product, with that estate, and study all the benefits, study all the payment plans, study all the value that that property brings to the client. Put it here. Read it over and over and over again. Product knowledge, the benefits of the product, of the project, or the property that you're selling. Don't sell properties, because people that want to buy properties, they're actually buying, some of them want to buy, status. Those ones that are buying properties in Ikoyi, Banana Island, they are buying status. They're not really buying properties. I mean, everybody's living in a house. The people that are living in Agege, they're living in a house. But the people that are living in Ikoyi, they're also living in a house. But you know that, the people living in Ikoyi, those ones are the Odogus. That's the status. That's what they're buying. And that's why they go to Ikoyi to buy property. They're buying status. People that want to buy property in Lekki Phase 1, they are buying return on investment. That's what they're buying. They're not buying the property. They're buying the appreciation. They're buying investment properties, 2-bedroom apartment. They want to use it for short let because they want to achieve return on investment. That is their purpose. So that is what you are going to sell to them, because that's what they want to achieve. It's not the property. The property is just a means to an end. So if you're selling a property in Epe, you're selling a land in Epe, people that are buying land in Epe now are buying for what? Future appreciation. Because that area is there's still a lot of development to happen there. There's still a lot of places that is just bush, but people are buying it. Why? Because they know that if they leave that property for 5 years or 10 years, it would have appreciated maybe 400%. And then they now sell it at that time, or they now, build on it because they had bought it cheaper. So people that are buying in Ekpe, they are buying futuristic appreciation. That's their goal. That's what they want to achieve. So you need to know what your client is trying to achieve. So that is what you now use to create your content. That is what you talk about when you're making your videos. That's what you talk about when you're putting out your posts. The reason why the client is buying is what you should put in their faces. Okay? So product knowledge gives you, the full knowledge to understand what the client really wants to achieve by buying that property. What do they want to achieve by, keying into it? That reason is what you now, talk about. Put it on ChatGPT and say, give me 10 topics to talk about how 2-bedroom apartments can bring high return on investment as quick as possible to a potential buyer. Put that in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you 10 topics talking about return on investment on a 2-bedroom apartment that the client wants to use for investment purpose. ChatGPT will give you all of that. And then you now coin that, put that, take those 10 topics, take them one by one, put it on ChatGPT again, pick one topic, put it there and say, ChatGPT, please flesh this topic out for me for an Instagram video of 4 minutes. It will give you the script, how you're going to say it. It will bring it out. And then you sit down, put your camera. Forget that you don't have lighting. Forget that you don't have a good camera phone. Do it. Just do it and put it out. Because people that don't even know as much as you know, but they are bold. They're out there and they're cashing out. In this tech era, boldness, you need to have courage. You need to be bold. That is like right now, the bold people are being favored because of their courage to be in the face of millions of people, right? So that is what you need. You need courage. You need to be bold. And you need to like action. Just take action. I don't care. I'm going to go to site today. I'm going to do the video and I'm going to post it. Right. So let's move ahead. Now that you've known the product knowledge, the benefits and all of that, how do you get the clients? You need clients. You need leads. So first of all, start with your sphere of influence, meaning that you start with all the contacts on your phone. Babe. Meaning that you start with all the contacts on your phone. Start with them. Push the properties to them, right? I have this property for sale in case you know anybody that wants to buy. Or you know some people that want to buy. There must be at least 5 to 10 people on your contact list that can buy properties. Show it to them because see, these people they know you, but they don't know that you have what they want. So they are going to other realtors out there and they are buying from other people. Right. So you need to push this content to them, everybody on your phone. Now, ask them again, the people you know that are not buying, who do they know that can buy? Tell them you can refer someone to me and we can share the commission or we can share the profit. Even if you ask 10 people, 1 person will respond or 2 people will respond and say, oh, and they want to also see how consistent you are. How serious are you for them to even now give you referrals because they don't want to spoil their name or they don't want to, bring a referral that they will now get disappointed. So some of them are not responding to you immediately because they've not seen how serious you are. They have not seen how consistent you are. They are not seeing you posting on your Instagram and your WhatsApp stories every day talking about real estate. By the time you keep doing that every day for 1 month, all your family or everybody, once they hear that somebody wants to buy property, you are already top of mind because yes, they are seeing you every day. They are seeing you every day. They'll be like, oh, I know somebody. Before you need, they're calling you. Hello, somebody needs property. Do you have this? It happened to me. It happened to me. So it is these things are simple, but the simplest things are just so taken for granted. Right. So that is where you start from lead generation, right? Start with the people you know. Let them all know the properties that you're selling. Then when they now know the properties you're selling, ask them, do you know anybody that wants to buy property? Go through your contact. You see this, go through your contact. Many of us have not done it. If you have done it here, like you have done it, you have gone through all your contacts on your phone, telling them about the properties you're selling. Please just drop an emoji. Drop an emoji. Let me see. If you have done it, like you have gone through all the contacts on your phone and you have told them that this is what I'm into real estate, I am selling this property, I have properties here. Your friends and your families, if you have done it, please just drop an emoji on the chat box or just write on the chat box and say, I have done it. I've done it before. Write it on the chat and say, I've done it before. And I will know that, okay, at least we have some execution. Oh, great. So I see I've done it. Oh, great. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Like, that is the way to go. That's the way to start because those are your first warm leads. They are your warm leads, right? So start with the people you know. Go to the people that the people you know. So you have started with those you know, and then you ask them for referrals, and then you now move on to the people they know, right? Then you now also bring you after writing the list of people that you think can buy properties, call them. So give yourself a target and say, if there are 50 people on your contact list that can buy property, tell yourself every day I want to call 10. Don't say I must call 50 to all the 50. No, you are not Superman. Start with 10. Call the 10 at least every day, call 10. And tell them, Asa, I have this property and all of that. After you call those 10, when they say, oh, I'm not interested, I'm not looking to buy, so I know you're not you might not be ready to buy now, but I know maybe next 6 months or 1 year, everybody has plans to buy property. I just want to be that realtor in your circle. So register yourself. If they're not ready to buy now, register yourself as the realtor in their circle. If you're looking for property, sir, please just reach out to me. I can help you get you connected directly to the companies that sell these properties. And now ask, sir, I know that if you're not ready to buy, one or two of your friends might be ready to buy, sir. I would really appreciate it if I'm being referred, or if you can mention me to your friends. They'll say, oh, of course, yes. But it doesn't end there. When you tell them to refer you, give them some time. 3 days later, so I hope you haven't forgotten me or any of your friends that is looking to buy property. I am in the property business. You have to always remind them, because nobody is here to, live your life for you. Everybody is running after something is chasing everybody. So they will forget. When you tell them today, they will forget. You have to find a way to do a reminder. Maybe once a week, you want to put out valuable broadcasts and don't just do broadcast of posting properties. No, do broadcasts of talking about how properties can add value to your life, or what you can gain, the return on investment, the appreciation, the generational wealth creation, generational wealth retention, all of those things that property does. You need to now go and start churning out content, valuable content that you can post once a week, just to keep yourself in their minds, like, I am still in the property business. So do you understand? Right. So so we now move on to visiting sites. Visit the site. Like, you need to go on site tours. And the problem is that many realtors are waiting. They are waiting. No, this company, they are not doing a general inspection this month. Oh, I'll wait till next month when they do general inspection. I can join their boss. If you are that realtor, you need to change. Even if it's once a week, even if it's once a week is even too small. Twice a week. And you say, on Tuesdays, I'm visiting Olivia Heights, and I want to do the site, talking about the site, talking about the property, talking about the amenities, talking about the benefits at the site. Go on an Instagram live, or go to site and just shoot your videos. Sometimes, even if you don't want to talk, or you feel like, I can't speak so much English, or how would I arrange my English? Don't worry. Don't even talk. Just go to the site. Tell somebody to hold the phone and record you while you walk around the site, while you open the doors, while just do site tour videos where you are checking out the property. Go home, edit it, write all the benefits, put captions of the benefits on the video that you did, put your number there, and post it. If that is what you can do. If you cannot fly, you run. If you can't run, walk. If you cannot walk, by all means, be crawling. Just move. Just move. I'm telling you. Don't just relax that one day passes you by and you did not do one thing to help you to move closer to that target. No. You should feel very bad if at the end of each day, you don't do something about achieving your target or your goals. So nobody should be pushing you. You should be pushing. It's not easy, I know, but people that are doing it, they don't have two heads, oh. They don't, and we have to push ourselves. We have to push ourselves, right? So visit the site frequently, make videos, go on YouTube, like this training I'm doing now. I'm just sitting in my bedroom with my phone. My phone camera is not even so good, right? I just put my when we started, she had NEPA lights, and NEPA lights went to her. I said, please help me to put my LED light. And I can just sit here and just talk about Olivia Heights for 10 minutes and talk about the return on investment. And I can talk about how much it was selling when it started, how much it moved to in the next 6 months, how much it moved to, how it appreciated in the next 1 year, how it appreciated in the next 2 years. Now I'm talking to my investors. I'm showing them the track record of Olivia Heights. And I'm telling them, look, if this property can move from 45 million to 135 million in a space of 3 years, that is over 100% now. 45 million to 90 million, that's 100%. Plus another 45 million, that's 200% in 3 years. Who will give you, who will give an investor, which bank will give an investor that? Even just doing that kind of video alone, put it out. In fact, run ads with that type of video, talking about the track record of the property you're selling. When they started, before they started the off plan, this was what they were selling at pre-launch prices. 6 months, immediately they broke ground. Normally, once off plan, once the developer breaks ground, that is a sure banker that the price must go up because they've started construction. If you are buying pre-launch prices, it means that you want to buy at the cheap, like at the lowest ever it can come, right? Then once you buy at that price, when they start construction in like 3 months or 4 months time, it will go up. Once they build 2-story, once they get to the 2nd story, price will go up again. When they get to the 5th floor, price will go up again. By the time they are completing in 18 months, the investor is making 100% or more. It's in Nigeria that real estate, I've seen real estate, give a client almost 100% in a space of 1 year. In a space of 1 year, and I kid you not, in a space of 1 year, a client can invest in a property in January, and by December, that property is selling at almost twice the price. Right. Our property in Eric's Park right now, 4-bedroom terrace duplex in Eric's Park right now, it is selling for 75 million. Right? We're running a promo. It's actually 85, but we're running a promo that is allowing that property sell for 75 million. Just last week, Wike came and said they want to do the road. They want to create the road from, is it Day through Life Camp? They want to create a road. What does that say? That means that every investor that invested into Eric's Park or bought a property in Eric's Park is about to make almost 100% increase, because those are the things that bring increase to property prices. Development. Once the government comes and creates a road, and maybe one government comes and builds a general hospital and builds a mall and builds a market, those are the things that make property appreciate really, really fast. And that is why people are really investing in Ekpe, because now the government is, moving that way with a lot of development, a lot of infrastructure. So a property can move with 100% or maybe 60 to 70% appreciation within 1 year. If the government just pumps infrastructure or development into that place, that is the end. Right. So you want to maybe talk about these things. Yes, you don't have a client yet, but this is what will bring the client. These are the content that will position you as the authority that will bring the client. See, the way you're looking for clients to buy your property, a client is looking for a trusted, they're not looking for a realtor, because the realtors are everywhere. They are looking for a trusted realtor. And what are the things that make a realtor trusted? This content, this information, knowledge about what you are selling. That's what makes you look like an authority, or makes you an authority figure in the real estate space. That is it. So you just coming out to post those content, don't worry about the fact that it is not perfect. What the client is interested in is what you're saying, really. Except those clients that are maybe buying properties in Banana Island, Ikoyi, those ones are, the 1% of the 1%. Those ones, yes, I attest to the fact that those ones are looking at how quality is your video, how are you dressed. Yeah, that plays a part, and I wouldn't even downplay that. because you have to present yourself really well. We all know that that's a rudiment, right? We all know that you need to dress the part, you need to look the part. But you see this thing of quality phone, see that thing, it has destroyed a lot of content creation. I don't have iPhone, I don't have quality camera. It has destroyed a lot of content creation. So use the phone that you have. If you are giving value, they will see through that blurry. Is the value they will hear. I'm telling you the fact. It's the value they will hear. Many people are going to Winners Chapel in Ota. Like, people spend 4 hours on the road going to Ota every Sunday. So far. Why? Because of the value. Ota, Winners is in the bush. Inside Ota. People from Island, Lekki, they are going there. They are going through the stress. See, if you have value, even though you are living inside a hole, people will find you into that hole. If you have value, if you give value, if you are inside a village, they will look for you to that village. Where is this person? Where is this person? I need to buy from this person. They will look for you. They're not searching for you because you have not started giving value. You are wasting time. There's no time. You're wasting time. The more you're wasting time, the more those people that are bold and know nothing, they are outside there. They are saying this property, they are showing it. People are buying from them. They're buying from them. That's the funny thing. Right. So how do you now get, clients or leads that at least you don't know? Then you must be, when you're posting this content, you're putting out daily content, you should be able to at least have maybe a monthly budget for ads, one ad, so that you can now be thrown to people that don't know you, people that might never come across your video if you didn't run the ads. Right. So have a monthly budget to run ads. Make sure you're running the ads. Now that the year is about to come to an end, it's just 6 weeks away. So you have to now put in triple the efforts that you should have put in if you had started from January, so that you can hit your target. If you were supposed to be posting once a day, now post in the morning, around 12 noon, go live. In the night, post. You have to now do 3 times the work. That's what will make you cover up. You cover up the gap quickly, and you can now make sales before the end of the year. So it is still possible for you to make 4, 5, 6 sales before the end of the year. Because why? This is the heat period. We know now this is our period. We that are selling properties in Nigeria, in Lagos especially, this is our period. This is the period that all the diasporans travel down and they buy property. The property industry is in heat right now. When a dog is in heat and, they have to meet. This is the heat period of the property industry. So if you put out enough content, right, they'll see you. They'll contact you. Why? Because there is now, if it was in March, April, May, those periods of the year, maybe if we had like 500 people looking to buy property in those periods. In this November, December, you have like 2,000 people that want to buy property, and they're looking for trusted people to work with, to buy from, right? So because the number of the people that are looking to buy property is high, if you put out a lot of content, they'll see you. Your content, and be consistent, because social media thrives with consistency. So you want to make sure that if you're posting by 9 a.m. in the morning, you want to make sure that every 9 a.m. every day, you are posting 9 a.m. Then if you're going live on Instagram, maybe Tuesday and Friday, or you want to do it once a week, on Wednesday, make sure you're doing it at 12 noon. Every Wednesday, make sure it's 12 noon. So you must be consistent. That's the trick of social media. Consistency. So the robot captures those times that you're coming online. By the time you do it the first week, the second week, the third week, it pushes people traction to your page at that time. At that 9 a.m., it will push traction to your page at that time, because it has recorded it that this is the time you always come online. So it will push interested people to your page at that time. Right. So you have to be consistent. Now you have to put out more content, because you only have 6 weeks. You only have 6 weeks. You have to put out more content. 3 times a day if you can, right? Right. So what else is there? So when you get the client, you need to, when you're speaking with them, you need to be able to identify their needs. You need to be able to identify what do they really want. Please don't be desperate to just say, the client is telling you, I want a 3-bedroom with BQ. You say, oh no, sir, this 3-bedroom is good for you. He says he wants BQ. I have seen clients that say, if it doesn't have a BQ, I won't take it. We have Olivia Heights, 2-bedroom maisonette. It doesn't have a BQ. Then we now have Haley that has a BQ. Haley has not started construction, but Olivia Heights is already on the 3rd floor. But we have clients that are buying into Haley because of the BQ. So don't be hasty to want to push what you have to them. Listen to what they want. They're telling you that I want a 2-bedroom or I want a 1-bedroom. Because you don't have a 1-bedroom, you're trying to push a 2-bedroom to them. Go and look for the 1-bedroom that they want. Why do they want a 1-bedroom? Oh, because my budget, I can't afford that. This is the budget I have. I don't want to go beyond this budget. They have 40 million. We are pushing a property of 60 million or 80 million to them. You'd lose them. So you need to be able to listen to what they want. Don't talk too much when you're talking to your client. Listen to the client. Listen to their needs. As you're talking to them, as you're conversing with them, you can decipher what their needs is, and then you provide the solution. Sir, in this area, like if it's one, since you are saying you want Airbnb, sir, this is the area that has high traction for Airbnb. And 2-bedroom is the unit that does wonderfully well for Airbnb, especially in Lekki Phase 1, sir. And this is the price. It has a payment plan. Oh, you can't afford 80 million, sir. They have an 18-month payment plan. You can pay 30% down and then you can spread balance. Oh, you can't, 30% is too much. They have mortgage financing that they can give you mortgage. You can pay for 5 years and pay 200,000 naira monthly. So you must know the product you are selling to be able to provide value when you're conversing with a client. And that is why product knowledge comes first. You must know it so that when the client is giving you one objection, you slap him back with the answer from another angle of the product. That's why we say product knowledge is number 1. You equip yourself with the knowledge of what you're selling. Know how much this property is selling. Know how much, sir, this 2-bedroom I'm giving you 100 million. Look at, sir, the next block over there. See that one is 2-bedroom too. It's selling for 150. See, sir, on the next street, it's also a 2-bedroom. It's selling for 180. This one I'm giving you for 100 million, sir. It is the most affordable in this area. The most affordable. Sir, it's like you don't know the rates of 2-bedroom in Lekki Phase 1. You don't know how much they are going for. In fact, I do it. I go online. I go and munch the prices of some other companies' 2-bedrooms. And I push it to my client. I say, look at the prices, sir. Just look at this company. See what they are selling. Look at this company. See the price. Compare it, sir. It's the same quality we are delivering. Do you understand? So you must have the product knowledge. You must have knowledge of, at least 50% knowledge of the industry that you are in. So don't just, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't put yourself, you don't, give yourself to this. You need to become better every single day. These are the rudiments. When it's bringing the objections, the product knowledge is what you need to tackle those objections. And even though you have maybe some clients that end up not buying now, don't be deterred. Don't be dismayed. They might not buy now from you. Keep up with the value, presentation. In the next 6 months, they'll be there. They'll come back to you. So far, you're still there in their faces. They'll come back to you. After handling their objections with the product knowledge, then you close for the sale. Sir, do you have any other concern? Is there any other concern you have about this property? Is there any other concern about the payment plan? Sir, are there any other things you need me to? If you are talking to the client and the client stops responding, ask him, sir, I know that you said you were going to get back to me today, but I didn't hear from you. So I'm just reaching out to ask if there's any areas I can shed more light on. Are there any gray areas that you don't understand that I can actually shed more light on? Sir, it would be nice if we could inspect the property. Is Thursday good for you? If you see the property, you really understand if this is really what you want. push the client to physical inspection, take him through the objection phase, and then close. When you have answered and says, I didn't need a consent, and he says, no, I think I think the property asked for the sale. So can we go ahead to do the offer letter? So that you can make the down payment, because these units are very limited. This period, the units are flying out really fast. And that is not even a gimmick. Units are flying out really fast. I'm telling you, units are flying out so fast. Units are going out fast that if we don't key in on time, we might lose this promo price. If we don't key in before December 30th or November 30th, we might lose the promo price, sir. And 10 million is not a joke. 75 million to 85 million, sir, that's the whole 10 million. So you need to take advantage of this price now. Ask for the sale at the end. Okay? So going through those steps, right? Going through the steps of through your contact list, through content posting on all your socials, through running ads, through asking for referrals, through answering the client questions, identifying his needs, and then, tackling the objection, asking for the sales, going through all of that. The most important is still back to execution. Because I'm sure everything I said today, we said it before now, like all our trainings, we always talk about the right. We said it 1,001 times. We all know it still boils down to execution. It still boils down to execution. If only you ran that ad, you would have sold like three units last week. If only you ran that ad. If only you did that site video and posted it, that some people have asked you questions about that property. Maybe one of them would have come for inspection. So execution is gold. Execution, taking action on the things you need to do. Get up on a daily basis and tell yourself, today, I must record two content I must record. Use your phone. Use daylight. If you don't have a ring light or LED, use daylight. I mean, just make sure that you do something. Make sure that you're doing something, please. So that is it. That is how to meet our sales target. So before the end of the year, two key things you must take away is that you must know that you have limited time before the end of the year. So give yourself a realistic goal. Don't go and start saying, I will sell 10. I must sell 10 before the end of the year. Give yourself a realistic goal. Maybe you want to choose a high price product so that if you sell only 3 of Nathan's Bay 500 square meters, which is 53 million, that's 10%. That's 5.3 million on one alone. Just selling one. So if you say, I want to sell 3, and you now focus from now to the end of December, you're talking about only Nathan's Bay, I bet you will sell. You're talking about Nathan's Bay, you are posting it, you're running ads on it, you're telling everybody, I bet you will sell one. That's 5.3 million naira on just one, selling just one of Nathan's Bay, 500 square meters. So if that's the product that you want to pick, you better focus. Pick a product, pick 2, at the most 3, and focus on it. And then tell yourself, I will do everything I need to do to make this sale. There's no new thing under the sun. Nothing is new. Execution is what we need. It's what you need. Okay? I would open the floor for questions now, because nothing else. So if you have questions, you have something you want to contribute or you want to say, we know that we need to take action. Action, execute. You can just unmute yourself and then let's take questions. Let me see, I think there's a message on the chat box. You can unmute yourself and let's take questions. Any questions? Or if not a question, if you have something you want to say, or you want to add, or there's a challenge that you've been facing and you want to ask about it, you want to maybe find a solution to it. You can talk about it, and then we can all just provide solution to any challenge that you've been facing. Right. So questions, please.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening,
Yes, good evening.
Madam Cherry. Thank you very
Yes,
much for this power pack training that we
thank you
had
so
this
much.
evening. Yeah,
Yes,
most times we hear all these things over and over again, and this execution is majorly the problem that most of us have.
exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
most times procrastination, let me put it that way. Procrastination is
Exactly.
another thing. I will do
Yes,
it today, I will do it tomorrow. Before you know it, you might not even end up not doing it again. So my question is,
exactly.
yes, my question now is, what advice do you have for most realtors that post flyers? Most realtors that doesn't hardly go to sites, but they majorly post when you check their pages or their status, you always see flyers of lands
Mm.
and the houses. Clients take with some of realtors that usually post this serious. That's just a question I want to
Wow.
ask.
Great.
Thank
Good
you.
question. Good question. Thank you so much, Mark, for the question. So see, in this age of time, right? The reason we're telling realtors that you need to go to site, you need to do videos, talking, and all of that is because the clients will first have to know you. People will only buy from people they know. I mean, they will have to know you first. And it doesn't end there. They will have to move to liking you before they can trust you enough to buy from you. So if you are posting flyers alone, or you're just posting properties alone, see, they're in sales, right? There's luck. Some people just have luck, like, okay, they know somebody that knows somebody, and they'll say their uncle knows somebody, and then that person comes to buy from them because, oh, let me just help her. Let me just help him now. It's my sister. Or it's my friend. Let me just buy from him. If that one person buys today, that's the end. So you probably might have one or two people that might patronize you. Those people might be your buddies or your family. But you see a stranger, eh? A stranger will not buy from somebody that's just posting flyers. Not in this age and time where everybody's scared. Not in this age and time where there's a lot of real estate fraud. Ah, my sister, see, I work with a real estate company, so I know how scared people are. Yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, this client has stressed my life for almost 1 month. I need this document. I'll give him that document. I need that document. I'll give him. I need the other document. I have to get to my lawyer to get this. I've provided all the documents. Finished all the objections. Why is this? Why are you not giving me discount? I went to my manager. I fought for discounts for this client. Got him some sort of discount. The price reduced. Well, you're paying now. That is where the problem is. I am scared. He was scared. He said, I want to do a video. I want to see your office. I did a video. I went to the entrance of our office, showing him this is the door to our office. This is Terra Developers. I entered. I showed him out. This is our customer experience. Informer, say hi. I went to the lounge. Look at that is our engineer. This is our design. I went to the HR. I showed him around my company. Every single staff, down to my MD's office, showed him. He was still scared and didn't want to pay. I was fed up, right? And I told him, sir, see this unit is only 2. If you are not buying, sir, please just let me know so that I can give it to somebody else that is ready to buy. He still didn't pay. He was scared. At the end of the day, I had to give him an ultimatum. So if you don't pay by 2 p.m. tomorrow, I would take it that your offer is even, the offer was even expiring by that Thursday afternoon. The offer has expired, sir. If you don't want to buy, please let me focus. It was like 3 p.m. on Thursday afternoon before this man started, and he didn't pay at all. He said he's buying a property of 70 million. He paid 5 million. He paid 5 million naira. Eh? I said, sir, 5 million for 70 million. And he's paid outright. He's supposed to pay outright because the property is already delivered. He was scared. He sent, after I did that video around my office, the following day, he sent his brother to come to the office physically. Well, look at them. Oh, hope they are not ghosts. Oh, hope they are not running away. So, if you are not showing your face, if you are not talking about what you are selling, if you are not presenting yourself as an authority, you are doing yourself a very big disservice. You are posting flyers. I'm not saying don't post flyers. I'm saying your face must also be out there. You have to combine the two. It has to be a balance of the two. Your face must be there because people will buy you first before they buy what you're selling. They'll buy you first. They have to know you. They have to trust you. They have to know you, like, and trust you before they can buy from you. So please, to all the realtors that are posting flyers, no, if you are shy in these days and say, let me just be posting the flyers. If you are supposed to have sold 10, maybe you will say 1. Because there is luck. Luck happens in sales. Sometimes you just still sell, even with, but if you're supposed to have sold 20, maybe you sell 1 or 2. So who is losing out? The videos nowadays, all social media platforms are video platforms. Instagram is not a full video platform. WhatsApp status is a video platform. Once people see, they want to see what you're about. They want to see how knowledgeable you are. They want to see how trusted you are. So please, flyers flyers should be 30%. 30% of flyers or properties. 70% should be you. I hope this answers your question, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You did. Thank you.
So, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for the question. Any other contribution, any other question before we call it a day? Let me check the chat box. Okay, there's no chat box, there's no question. So, in absence of questions or contributions, I will be calling it a day. So, please, as many of us as are on this live, do yourself a promise. Promise yourself and say, I will take action. I will execute, because that's what you need. You know, you have everything you need. You have all the knowledge you need. You just need to execute. Stop the procrastination and execute. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you for joining. This is the very last training for this year. I will be doing my own personal trainings, like not Terra Developers. I'll do my own personal training on my Instagram, page. So I'll be posting it on my status for you guys to see. Trainings will continue on there. But for this Terra Developers training, Realtors training, this is the very last one for the year. Thank you so much. Yeah, Michael, you're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And have a great evening. If you have any questions or contributions, yes, please just drop it on the WhatsApp group. Or the WhatsApp group is closed. You can just send me a private chat. I'll be glad to answer. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Perpetua. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.